Hello, I'm Lady Leah and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about how do you know that you're being loved for real, that he loves you for real. How do you know if a man really wants to be with you or if he just playing games? Okay, we're going to get right into it. First of all, a man that's playing games with you and a man that's really truly interested in you kind of have the similar way that they might try to come and shoot their shot at you. First of all, you're looking gorgeous, you're looking good, you're looking like something that, okay, you know what, hey, maybe I can pursue this person. But every man that pursue you is not for real. They have different agendas, different time in their life where they don't want to be tied down, they don't want a relationship, but they won't tell you that. They would never tell you that. Okay? Unless they really don't, really don't like you really like that. They might say, well, you know what? I just got out of a relationship. I don't want to, just get myself all caught up right now. I'm trying to do me, I'm trying to do me. Trying to, work on me, because my last failed relationship. When they talk like that, they don't want nothing. They want friends with benefits. They want to keep you at bay by telling you they don't want a relationship, but yet they still want to call you up and hit you up. Hey, how you doing? What you doing? Da 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 da. You want to hang out? They just want to get you in the bed. They don't want anything other than get you in the bed. They don't want a relationship. They don't want to get married. They don't want anything above getting you into the bed. That's it. That's a man that's playing games. Okay? That's what a man is playing games. But a man that wants you for real, ain't no woman, man, child, dog, boss, mother, father, sister, brother is gonna hold them back for getting a woman that they feel is for them. Whether it be they want them for a girlfriend, a potential wife, mother their children. It doesn't matter. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. That's what the good book says. It says when he findeth, that means he was looking for you. You don't go looking for him. He was looking for you. Okay? So now he want to see, okay, well, you know what? Maybe, let me talk to her, holler at her. Let me see what might come out of this. Okay? Now, when he approaches you and he asks you for your number, what have you, y'all might go out a couple dates, maybe 1 or 2 dates. By the second date, he's already intrigued. Now remember, he saw you at first and he already knew right off the bat, oh, that's my wife. Oh, that's my wife. You know how they'll be with their boys or whatever, and they be like, and you know how guys talk like, yo, dog, that's you. Oh man, that's you. How you get her? Notice the key words. How you get her? That means he's pursuing you. He's pursuing you. He gonna go to the four corners of the earth to get you because you're the one for him. Then he don't have no doubt in his mind it's you. Okay? He's calling you all day. Depending on the type of job, he might could call, he might not. He might, you get little texts, little cute texts. You get good morning texts, good morning, beautiful, da da da. Then he'll text you maybe it's lunchtime, or he might call you it's lunchtime. He'll call you on his way to work. He'll call you on his way home from work. He'll call you after dinner. You're the last person before he even goes to bed that he wants to hear your voice. You're the last voice that he wants to hear before he even go to sleep, because by this time his self-conscious is already thinking about you. He's gonna lay down with you on his mind. And he lay down with you on his mind, he's gonna wake up with you on his mind. He gonna text you, he gonna call you, or whatever it is to get your attention. Okay? That's number one. Number two, when you go on that first date, he's already planning the second date. He already planned the third date. He wants all of your time. Okay? What are you doing tomorrow? Well, I gotta go to school, or I have to do this, I have to do that. Okay, so what about the next day? I don't know. Okay, but what about the third day? Because I'm trying to get to know you, girl. That's how they be on it. They be on it like that. This is a man that really wants you. Okay? He really wants you. He gonna be on it like that. Okay? And not only that, he wants to meet, I guess if you got children, he want to meet your kids. He wants to meet your family members, brother, sister. He want to meet your mom, your dad, because he's serious. He is serious. Okay? This is the anniversary of my fiance. He passed away in 2017 in June 26, 2017. So this is coming up on third anniversary of his death. And when I tell you, this is the only man, and I was married before divorce, but this is the only man that show love, that really truly loved me. I knew what love felt like when this man came into my life. I knew it. I knew it. He was not confrontational. He did not argue with me. Okay, I'm a single mother, and when he would come by, what have you, he always try to do things, but I'm so big on taking care of me and my son that I'm used to just doing things. It comes natural. What can I say? He used to always make comments like, when you gonna let me take care of that? You're my woman, you're my lady. When you gonna let me take care of that? You walking around here like you don't have a man. And not realizing that I was doing that because I'm so used to taking care of myself. But this is a man that wants you. He wants to do things for you. He wants to, help you out here and there. You struggling a little bit. He wants to come and cut your grass, and because the reason why I know, because it happened to me. I didn't ask this man for anything. I didn't ask him for anything financially, physically, mentally. He just gave it to me. No problem. Okay? Let me tell you how deep. Let me tell you how deep his love is or was. He lived in New York. I live in North Carolina. Okay? We used to date when I was much younger. He's a couple years older than me, but when I was much younger, back then, all the girls, they all wanted him. Oh, they just had to have him. He was just a dreamer, and everybody wanted him. And I dated him for a little bit, but he was a ladies' man. That's just what it was. He was a ladies' man. So we broke up and so forth. I went on my life. I done got married, everything, married and divorced. He went on with his life. He got married and so forth, whatever, and got divorced and so forth. Okay. And a couple years ago, we connected again. And when I used to deal with him, I was much younger. I'm at least 15 years ago. At least 15 years ago. And so now I met up with him. We connected through family members. And when he saw me, he was like, oh my God, you blossomed into just this beautiful young lady. Because back then, he's a, oh, you're a little girl, you need to grow up, you need to grow up, you need to grow up. Because I was constantly, I didn't know how to have a relationship. Let's just call it what it was. I didn't know. Okay, I'm out here walking around with I don't know. Don't know men. Don't know how they thinking. Don't know what they want. I'm thinking, if you like me, I like you. We go together. Not getting the knowledge, not getting the understanding of what actually is going on. But now that I know, I can recognize it. If someone is not on the up and up, I can recognize it because you gain knowledge. When you gain knowledge, you gain power. Can't nobody take away your power. This is your power. This is it. Once you get it, can't nobody take that away. No one. So back to him. So um we connected and he was like, you know, he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come down to North Carolina and see you. So, okay, I'm thinking, okay, he gonna come down. In my mind, I didn't say anything to him, because I'm in love with him. So I'm not trying to rock the boat and try to get him upset, which is another video. You gotta tell him what you need to tell him. So anyway, um, he says, I'm gonna come down to visit you. So I said, okay, okay. So he was gonna come down one weekend. Okay. He gonna get a plane ticket, he's gonna come down and so forth. So after, now I'm on another level now. I'm not that little girl that you knew back then. Okay. I have knowledge now. I know what's going on. So he calls, so he says, um, I'm gonna come down to visit. Okay, so he's making plans and so forth to come down. So when I'm home, I'm like, you know what? I hope he don't think he's coming here to sleep with me, have a little rendezvous, and take his little butt back to New York. Now, I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I might have been 15 years ago, but I'm not that girl. Mm-mm. So he's remembering the little girl. Okay, he haven't experienced the grown woman. Okay, so I said, back then I kind of would have fell for anything. So I said, um you could come. I said, well, you could come down, but you're gonna have to stay in a hotel. So he got silent on the phone, and so in the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, well, I lost him. But, I got to stand my ground. I'm not going to have you coming in and out of here and out of my bed. I got a son here that's looking at me. No, no, sir. It ain't going to happen. And so I said, well, you know what? I'm going to have to be firm, my belief. And if he leaves, he just leaves. Oh, well. I haven't seen him in years anyway, right? So he says, I said, you have to get a hotel room. So he says, okay. And I'm on the phone like, did you hear what I said? I said, you have to get a hotel room. Okay, that's cool. I want to see you. Okay, so he comes down, everything, what have you. Got in the hotel room. We had a nice weekend. He wine and dined me, just loving on me, loving on me. And so after he got to talking to me, we got to talking and so forth, what have you. I think he came Saturday. No, I think he came Friday. He stayed at the hotel for 2 days. Yeah. Came Friday, stayed at the hotel for 2 days. Sunday, when he was on his way back home, Sunday, he told me, oh, I'm going to marry you. This is after 2 days of being with him. I'm going to marry you. You know why he said that? Because he came all the way here and I did not sleep with him. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to a man. Because had I had laid up with him and had a good time and drinking and all this stuff, first of all, I don't drink or smoke, go get high anyway. And he already knew that. So I'm just gonna sleep with you and have a good old time. He would have went back to New York, and maybe I would have saw him again. I don't know. But the fact that I stood my ground, he was like, "Wow." He said, "You really matured. You really blossomed into a lovely, responsible young lady." So he told me, "Oh, that's my wife." So, I ain't think nothing of it because, dude, you live in New York. I'm in North Carolina. It's all good. Okay. So when he went back home, when I tell you this man wouldn't stay off my phone, he called me 2, 3 times a day. We talking 2, 3 hours every time we talk. Even while he's working, he was a truck driver. Even while he was working, he's on the phone because he got the Bluetooth in his ear. He's on the phone with me while he's working. Okay, he's texting me, send me little emojis. Good morning, beautiful. Can't wait to see you. I had a fabulous time. Da 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 da. Going on and on and on and on and on. And so then we talking back and forth, back and forth. I don't know where is this going. All I know is, he's always been my dream. Always been my dream. So the fact that you always been my dream, and the fact that I'm in another place, if you walk out of my life, I'm okay because I stood my ground. Okay? I'm not a party girl. He used to those party girls. I'm not a party girl. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't get high. Okay? I'm a Christian woman. Okay? I'm not fornicating with you. I'm not doing none of these things. So what do you want? What do you want? What's left? All we had left was conversation. All we had left was kicking it on the phone and every day. Hee. Call me at night before I go to bed. Call me in the morning when I'm on my way to work. Call me at lunchtime. I text him. He texts me. Never had to worry. Never had to ask him, well, where were you? Or you said you was going to call me at 2. When he said he was going to call me at 2 o'clock, doggone at 2 o'clock, the phone was ringing every time. Call me at 3 o'clock. Ring. 3 o'clock. Oh, okay, boo. I'm going to call you back at 12. 12 o'clock. Ring. Never had an issue. Never had an issue. But the only thing was, he was long distance. So, he came down another weekend. He got some time off. He came down another weekend. So, once again, he stayed at the hotel. We had a fabulous time. Now, this second weekend he came down, I let him meet my son. And my son, the first day he met my guy, my son knew right off the bat, and he was, I think, 10 at the time. He knew right off the bat. He said, "You trying to take my mommy away from me." He knew. He knew, him being a young man, he know what love is. He know what it is to want something. He know what to do. And so he told my son, he said, I'm not taking your mother away from you, but I do want to marry her. And so this is the first time I'm hearing, that he's being serious. I do want to marry her. I'm going to marry her. This is going to be my wife. Okay, he said it all the time. I don't think nothing. So he goes back home that following weekend. He calls me up and he says, I'm moving to North Carolina. I said, what? I'm moving to North Carolina. The reason why he said that was because when he left that Sunday, I told him, I said, you know what? I love you to death, but I'm not doing long distance. I'm not. I can't. I'm not going to do it. I said, it's not going to work. Next thing he said to me is, it is going to work. I said, no, it's not. He said, it is going to work. So, okay. So maybe he had this already planned. So when I talked to him, he was like, I'm moving to North Carolina. I said, you are? He said, yeah. He said, his job, he was getting ready to retire, I think, in 2 years. But he decided just to go ahead and put in to leave earlier. And so he could come down and be with me. And he was like, I'm moving to North Carolina. He said, I love you. He said, you the woman that I wanted you to be back then. You the one that's going to hold me down. You the one that's going to hold me up, speak life into me. Okay, you're the one. You was always the one. But I felt you was a bit young and naive, which I was. But now he recognized the woman that I've become. So he said, oh, no, no, no. Ain't nobody else getting that woman right there. So that's what I mean by you will know if he wants you. You will know if he loves you. Now, he came down, back and forth, back and forth. So eventually he moved down after about a year. But prior to that, I think 6 months prior to him moving, he gave me an engagement ring. We got engaged. We got engaged. We got engaged. Okay, and I didn't have to exploit myself. I didn't have to spray eagle. I didn't have to put myself out there like I was thirsty. He saw the woman that I was and said, no, I'm not letting her go. So he moved down, and the only problem was, um, you know, I said to myself, I said, well, he's not looking for no apartment. Now I already had a house, you know. I figured he moved down, he gonna move into the house, we gonna get married, da 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 da. But I said, well, we not married yet. I said, well, what is he gonna do? So I didn't say anything. So he was like, oh, when I move in, when I move in. I'm like, move in? So what I do? I sold the house. We got another apartment because we're gonna get a bigger house. Because he likes room, he's an entertainer, he like to have barbecues, invite his family and friends down, the whole shebang. So that's what we did. I sold my house, he sold the house he had, and we had to put our money together and get a bigger house. So in the meantime, we had to get we had to get an apartment while our house was being built. Okay. So he so we moved in together, and then my mom was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You going against God's word by letting him stay with you. I said, well, you know what? I said, we're getting married anyway. We're getting married next year. We're getting married, blah, blah, blah. We getting married, we getting married. Okay. So that was the end of that. She was like, okay, fine, let that go. So we were living together, doing everything. We buying stuff, making plans, we doing all this stuff. When I tell you this man loved me to death, oh my gosh. I didn't have to ask for anything. I didn't have to want for anything. The mere fact that he packed up his stuff and moved from New York to North Carolina to be with the woman that he saw was his wife, nothing stood in his way. His family, his friends, his little fan club of girlfriends, he left them all behind. You hear me? He left them all behind to be with me. So we didn't argue. We had date nights. Like we went out maybe not every Saturday, but at least twice in a month. We had date nights. Then we had a separate date with my son. We would take him like to the movies or different things like that. But he always loved on me. Every time he used to go back and forth to New York, he used to go visit his family. I'm telling you, he would go up there. He said everybody was jealous because all he did was talk about me all day long. They was like, what this girl do to you? What she do to you? I didn't do anything but be myself and be firm in my beliefs. Right? So every time he went, he would just shower me with gifts. Shoes. He would call me up. What's your shoe size again? What's your shirt size again? He was like, I'm in Macy's. I'm gonna get you some perfume. You want some Chanel? You give me some Chanel. But no, he won't come back with Chanel. He'll come back with Chanel. He'll come back with Estee Lauder. He'll come back with a whole bunch of perfume. I'm like, what are you doing? This my baby. I gotta look out for my baby. So besides that, anything I wanted, he did. Anything I wanted. But it wasn't even material. It's just him talking to me, not having an attitude. He wasn't abusive. We didn't really argue, every so often, little snap matches, but that was it. That was it. Cause at the end of the night, we was finished. What Oh, that was an hour ago. I ain't worrying about you. And he would just love on me so. I'm telling you, the fact that he moved to be with me. That showed me a lot. Okay. So anyway, but the only thing I did was I let him stay with me, and we wasn't married. And I wanted to have a wedding. He wanted to go ahead and get married and everything. But I wanted to have a wedding. So anyway, so we going through all this. So I'm planning a wedding, everything, da da da, getting everything nice and good, da da da. So anyway, our house was almost finished. We was getting married the same month, so our house was gonna be finished in June. We was getting married in July 1st, 2017 to be exact. Okay, so we planning everything. So we moving everything into the house. We moving all our furniture and everything. Just we got this house. Oh, we gonna have a fabulous life. Blah 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 blah. So um, on the 26th of June, 2017, moving stuff in the house. Now that's 26, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. July 1st. 5 days. 5 days before our wedding. 5 days before our wedding, he passed away. He was moving stuff in and out of the house. I mean, in the house. He fell out, and they couldn't revive him. I went into superwoman mode. I was giving him CPR. I was doing the compressions on his chest till the paramedics got there and everything. And they took him to the hospital. They couldn't revive him. And when the doctor talked to me, the doctor said, do you know your fiance is a very sick man? He was hiding it from me. He was hiding it from me. He wanted me to be loved. He was showing me how it feels to be loved. You hear me? So when another man come to my life that don't show love like this man has, I'm gonna recognize it like that. Okay? I'm gonna recognize it. So anyways, he died 5 days before our wedding. So can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? I'm planning a funeral and canceling a wedding in the same week. God wouldn't let me have him. And you know why he wouldn't let me have him? Because I disobeyed his word. I disobeyed his word. That's the only thing that came to mind. It came to mind. God was like, you was doing everything good. Why didn't you marry this man when he wanted you to get married? You wanted a wedding. Meanwhile, you shacking up. That was against God's word. So guess what? God took him away from me. He said, I'm not giving you this man because you disobeyed me. That's what he told me. You disobeyed me. I come before any man. Any man. But one thing I did do is show you what it feels like to be loved. I did show you a man that don't play no games. A man will go to the four corners of the earth. The earth is round, right? Four corners of the earth. It sounds good. To be with you. If he wants you. He ain't gonna play no games. He ain't gonna try to make you think like something is wrong with you. He is not gonna manipulate you, lie to you, lie on you, accuse you. He's not gonna do none of them things if he truly loves you. Okay? So, that being said, wait on love. Wait on love. Don't just think I meet somebody, oh, we in love. No, 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 no. Wait on love. Wait on love. Wait on love. It's coming. It is coming. Okay? All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye bye.